Hey y'all, it's your girl Barbie J here. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. Hey there, my Tyler Perry Sisters fans. It's your girl Barbie J here with my 2 cents about the synopsis and trailer breakdown for season 7, episode 21, penultimate. Now, I was feeling a little slow here because I didn't get this title and I was like, what in the world is penultimate? So you know what I had to do? I didn't even ask Google. I asked Alexa, honey, and Alexa told me that it means next to the last. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense because this is the next to the last episode. So thank you, Echo and Alexa and everybody else who knew the definition that I didn't know. Anyway, before we jump in with the synopsis, if you are new here or returning and you have not subscribed to this channel as of yet, please take a moment right now, please, and hit that subscribe button. Then I ask that you hit the notification bell and select all, and then you will be notified every time I upload any new content to this channel or doing any new YouTube lives. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, and join the conversation, please. And then share because sharing is caring. Anyhow, so the synopsis for this episode reads: Jordan and Fatima engage in ugly battles with Gary on Andy's behalf. Zach and Aaron bond over baby furniture. Interesting. Karen and Pam make peace. Danny has a therapy session hoping to figure out her love life. So, okay, Jordan and Fatima engage in ugly battles with Gary on Andy's behalf. So I'm going to assume that both of them have uh, confronted Gary. Let's put it that way. Confronted Gary and trying to help Andy, whereas Andy is being so soft and feeling like she has no way out. She has no other option. But to me, she should be getting those two people together, both Fatima and Jordan, and working together to take Gary down. She has no sense of um how to maneuver, and you know, if you're supposed to be this swift and strong attorney, there's ways that you're supposed to know how to maneuver and get around things in a courtroom or something like that, and she doesn't even know how to do that in life. It's just like she has given up. She hasn't even tried. She just went along with Gary. And that's the part that's bothering me because they make her look weak. She hasn't even tried any options how to get out of this situation. So that's what bothers me. So both of them are probably going to get themselves in trouble trying to help save her. And I think there is a scene coming up with Fatima confronting Gary, and I'll get to that in a moment. Then we have Zach and Aaron bonding over baby furniture. And there was a scene where you see them in Karen's house. I guess they're buying cribs and whatever else, and probably saving money that way by splitting everything. You know, who knows what they're doing. It's probably cheaper to buy a joint crib and a joint stroller and all of that stuff. So that's a plus that's happening. Let's see how long that lasts. Then we have Karen and Pam making peace. We know in last week's episode, Pam was feeling herself. Pam was being really disrespectful to me. When you use somebody's credit card, people out there who've used other people's credit card, you don't take your time paying them back. You sitting there talking about 8 months she'll pay her back. She got money to lend her if she wants to borrow it, but she don't have money to pay Karen back. Girl, please buy with that, because the interest continues to build on there, and it just becomes a higher and a higher and a higher bill. So if you don't understand credit cards, take it from me. You will be sorry if you keep letting bills just sit and sit and sit, because that interest is no joke. So what I'm hoping happens here, as Pam is realizing what she's done and how she's behaving, and maybe Aaron said something to her, or somebody else told her that's not the way you do business. Maybe Miss Marie told her something. Who knows? But what she's going to do, I'm hoping, is give Karen the money to pay down her credit card so she could get her insurance, because she's messing with Karen's business at this point. You know what I mean? Her liability insurance. She needs that. Then we have, what is it? Danny is at therapy session hoping to figure out her love life. Well, we know that Tony was accusing her going through his phone, and when she wasn't going through his phone. But I'll be honest, she shouldn't have never picked up his phone. I would have never touched the phone. Unless you married to him, you don't pick up nobody's phone thinking it's ringing, maybe it's too important, whatever. But Tony, they need to show us Tony getting on his ex-wife's case. They have not shown us that. And that time when the ex-wife came and confronted Danny and showed up at her apartment, I do not like that these writers thought it would made good sense to skip over 2 weeks and don't show us how he addressed his wife for confronting his girlfriend that way. That should have been a big scene that we should have all seen. So I don't like that about these writers. I'll tell you right now. So now, let's check out this clip of the trailer that I got from last week's episode, and then we'll jump right in with my 2 cents.
I need for you to leave.
I'm not leaving until you tell me the truth.
There's only one episode left. He's not getting away with this until the shocking season finale.
You can't afford another scandal. To hell with the election.
And it's time to take matters into their own hands.
Sabrina!
What are you doing here?
Me and Andy are getting married, and there's nothing you can do about it. Goodbye, Fatima.
I'm not done talking to you. No!
I love this show. It's my favorite.
So now we see Andy is telling Jordan to leave, and he's refusing to leave until she tells him the truth. Jordan knows something's up. He knows Andy was in love with him. He wants to know what's going on, and maybe he talked to Penelope again. Who knows? But they know it has something to do with Gary, and he wants her to tell the truth. And she's still sitting there, standing there, or whatever, not telling him, and then asking him to leave her office. But he's refusing. Then we have Fatima. She's leaving out of Andy's office saying he's not getting away with this. And of course, we know she's talking about Gary. She's talking about Gary, and he's not going to get away with this, yada, yada, yada. And she's more upset than, I don't know, maybe Andy is upset, but she just is at her wit's end and have no idea where to go or where to turn. And we see that Fatima does go and confront Gary out on the street, and he's telling her, me and Andy are getting married and there is nothing you can do about it. Goodbye, Fatima. And she grabs him as he was walking away and yanks his arm back saying, I'm not done talking to you. And then some white dude in a suit comes up over and grabs her arm and she yells no or something like that. So Andy was the first one to get physical. Fatima got physical, and she shouldn't have. She should not have touched Gary. And I'm surprised she's not aware of her surroundings to see that somebody else was around, that Gary was not alone on the street. And I'm interested in finding out what happens, because it seemed like somebody said Fatima gets hurt. I haven't seen the preview clip for this week's episode, but they're saying that she ends up getting hurt. So I don't know. Zach's going to go off or something. Zach ain't going to take kindly to Gary messing with his woman. I'm going to tell y'all right now. And neither will Madam. So I'm hoping that Zach tries to find Madam's number and gets in touch with her and let her know what the dealio is. Because I don't think he ever even got a chance to meet Madam. And I don't know how he knows to even reach out to Madam, how he knows something happens to her. So I'm curious to see the last episode, because I'm hoping all of this goes down. And if so, this season finale will go off with a bang, because some of them have been horrible season finales. So let's cross our fingers on that. Then we have Damani. He's in Sabrina's apartment, sitting on the couch talking to her. I guess he's talking about being ready to do whatever is this insemination she's going to do or whatever. And he reaches over and touches her hand and puts his hand on top of her hand. And she kind of looks down at his hand and look up at him. And I'm like, she wondering what's going on here. She know he got feelings for her. That man got feelings for her. And she knows she feeling him too, because he looking good. So I don't know. Be honest with yourself, Sabrina, when you do stuff. Don't fake the funk. You and Rich should have been broken up. Y'all should have been broken up. But y'all stayed together. You try to make it work. And everybody's saying she's going to end up pregnant already. But how are they doing that insemination without checking to see if she's pregnant already? Is my question. Somebody put it down in the comment section about that. Shouldn't they be checking her first to see if she's pregnant before any of that goes down? Or maybe she's just getting a sonogram or something, looking at what's been done so far, and maybe that's when they find out that she's already pregnant. That might be how it is. Y'all let me know y'all thought process about that. Then we see Rich. He comes busting into Sabrina's doctor's appointment, yelling, Sabrina, the appointment, Sabrina. And she's like, what are you doing here? And the doctor and Damani are looking surprised at him. So like I'm saying, we'll see what happens. But the truth is, we all know why Rich is busted in there, because some fine chocolatey brother is checking out his woman, or likes his woman, keeps complimenting her, saying how beautiful she is, and now he's ready to donate his sperm when Rich made it very clear he didn't want kids. It had nothing to do about being financially ready, which is the story he gave Tony the other episode. So, like I said, we all know what the real deal is with him. It's because somebody else good looking is checking his woman. And the fact is that that man, if she has his child, may still be a part of Sabrina's life. And he doesn't want that competition. Am I right about that? Or what? Bing, bang, boom. Then we have Richards telling Jordan he can't afford another scandal, and Jordan saying to hell with the election. And I said, I hear that, because that's his woman, and he want her back, and he knows she's in trouble and something's going down. And when you put people first, that means you're a good person. Sometimes good people put people first, and not themselves first. And that's what I could respect about Jordan. And hopefully, hopefully he meant what he said, and he's able to help Andy in some kind of way against Gary and his little evil self. And then the last scene we see, it seems that Danny, Karen, Andy, and Maurice are all sitting in the hospital waiting room as, I guess, support for Sabrina with this procedure that she's about to have. So I'm still trying to figure out how did Rich get to run by her, run by them and get into that doctor's appointment, room like that. I mean, I thought people could not get into hospital rooms and in the back of hospitals like that without going through security. That's really strange to me, I'll be honest. But then they show Maurice is saying, I love this show, it's my favorite. And I'm just wondering if he's being funny, because y'all know Maurice could be so silly calling Sabrina's Life a TV show. That's probably what he's doing. You know what I mean? Anyway, there was something else that was happening that announcer kept saying. And I was wondering who she was referring to when the announcer was saying, it's time to take matters into their own hands. And I was like, who could they be talking about? Because there's a lot of people who are taking things into their own hands. There's Jordan with Andy and Gary, I guess. There's Fatima confronting Gary. There's maybe Karen confronted Pam about that. The Sabrina and Damani thing, they're taking things into their own hands and doing it. Rich deciding to run up there, and take matters into his own hands and stop what's happening. There are a lot of things that's going on that people are taking into their own hands. But I just was curious who the announcer was specifically talking about, or it was just a general statement that everybody's doing in this episode, taking matters into their own hands. So y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all thought about this breakdown, preview, synopsis, and give me your 2 cents. And again, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We are trying to reach 12,000 subscribers by the end of this year. 12,000 subscribers, and we can only do it with your help. So please, won't you all take a moment to support my channel? I'd really appreciate it. Love you all. Peace.